Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm GhostPrime. I'll take a look at the Legacy Cosmos from the Velocitron 500 collection. It is a Walmart exclusive. If you weren't lucky enough to get this guy pre-ordered, it's going to be real hard to find him. He is one per case, and they are just dropping this week as of this video at Walmart. So you might have to get an employee to help you. My Walmarts, there's two Walmarts near me. One Walmart got a case and they put it out immediately. And then they got another case which they're holding in the back. They still haven't put that one out as of today. The other Walmart only got the one case. The previous Walmart was a Super Center, which got two cases, and the other Walmart got one. I don't know how much they're going to get in the future, but for a launch, that's not a lot of figures. He is one per case. That's 3 of these in my area. This is not an easy figure to find. What I had to go through is there was a really nice Walmart employee who took down my number. He actually had to go look for it and find it for me and then give me a call. And even then, he doesn't know if he could possibly get it. He sent me this picture to show what he had to look through just to find it for me. And he didn't want anything in return. Super nice guy. So I don't know if you're watching. Thank you. Fantastic. I'm super happy to have this. He is a really cartoon accurate looking Cosmos and the only all-new mold in the Velocitron line. I really don't know why they decided to short pack him. I don't know if it was Walmart or Hasbro's decision, but it was an oversight because this guy, it will sell. I mean, people want him. I guess they just don't know their community, and that's not the first time that's happened. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get to the review. All right, taking a look at box. I filmed this one earlier because I wanted to show this actually in the package, and I really like this package. It just reminds me of that Generation 1. It's sitting there in alt mode in the package, and I love the flap and everything. It really reminds me of that G1 packaging. It's a very nice looking package. I do miss the plastic here, though. I wish they would have put that on there, and they are for some figures, but they decided not with these. But it's just really good. The one thing that's not cool in this is Velocitron Speedia 500 collection. So it's the 500 collection of Velocitron Speedia. I think they could have put it all the way across the top. I think that would have actually read better, but that's just me. Otherwise, I think it looks pretty good. You got Cosmos in his robot mode there. Of course, we see him in the package. Autobot Cosmos 8+ Hasbro Legacy. On the side, you have an inverted picture of the same one that's on the front. On the back, you have his alt mode and his bot mode in 21 steps. Autobot Cosmos on the other side is just the other part of him wraparound picture. Nothing on the bottom. And it has the alt mode on top with a rendered image and a image of the toy itself. So let's just get this guy opened up and out of the package, and let's take a look. One thing I do want to point out, this is the Velocitron logo. I did forget to mention that in the initial look at the box. Inside the packaging, you'll get this. It comes with a flag. Now this is I guess undersprayed there, so I guess so it doesn't scratch the paint. I have not actually had this inside the gun yet. It does fit in the gun, but the whole thing is painted white with the black checkers. Then you get his gun here, which you can see there's the hole to put the flag. You get a set of instructions, which is done up in like a blue, gray, and black. And of course you get the bot himself. Now this does look like an Instapot or something on the top, but it's not too bad in person. It kind of fits the cartoon. It is a little bigger than the cartoon. Not too bad though. I do like that he's packaged in robot or vehicle mode, not robot mode. That is something that kind of harkens back to the old G1 days. As you see, he has 2 blasters here in the front. I believe these are Blast Effect compatible. Let's see. Yep, they are Blast Effect compatible. And he's got the little thrusters on the back. Nice detailing. The red kind of button where the head would be. Now this is a faux part, but it's done well, which I'll get to in the transformation. The underside, very G1 looking. And see this, excuse the camera, that was my cat. He could put it like that and hold it like this. And let's check the gun for blast effect compatibility. And it is blast effect compatible. And you could also store the weapon on the side right there. So we could have a gun there. On either side. Looks pretty good. One real quick thing I should note is the accessories on the underside here, under this part of the inside of the box, so don't throw those away. All right, getting into comparisons, here he is with the, I believe this is Generations. I don't remember exactly when this one came out, but this is a much more olive green. This is a very bright green, and you can really tell the difference like that. So you could really see where this was going for like a newer design, a newer take on Cosmos, and this is straight up G1. Speaking of, there he is with the Generation 1. And I think this looks great. He's got this silver here. I think that's supposed to mimic this. On the box, there's an Autobot logo there, and there isn't on this one. So I don't know why they took it out and left the silver, but I think it's supposed to mimic this here rub sign. But you can see, let's get it close here. So the detail there, kind of the detailing, you got the same kind of, this is his hands on the G1, but of course that's not present. You got the detail here, it looks like the G1 legs on both sides. I think overall it's a nice looking figure, or vehicle mode. And see how they match there. Here he is next to Red Sunstreaker Deluxe, so you gotta get an idea of how he compares to a car. And with that, let's get into transformation. So first thing you're going to want to do is remove these pieces here, just kind of unpeg them. These are the arms, come right out. And then these pieces here, it's kind of clever, kind of puts it all together. Just kind of open those, kind of extend the legs, and then you're going to take, there's this piece right here, which becomes the crotch. Go ahead and get that out from under there, pull that all the way around, snap that in place, and then you could close the hip skirt. So you have something like this. Take the feet, separate them, move them up. Take this part here, it's on a hinge, and it kind of snaps, and focus snaps under there. So I kind of like move it around like this, and then it just snaps. And it's a pretty tight snap point. Like that, snap it there. Take this back piece and pull that all the way out. It's on the sliding mechanism. Take this piece here and fold it, the arms out of the way, and this whole piece comes around. And so there is a tab down in there which corresponds to this. So you go ahead and take that and just kind of tab that in. And then what you're going to want to do is the arms here are on this rotating hinge. Rotate that, and there's a little spot right there. Snaps on. You do that on this side as well. Snaps on that hinge. Then take the hands. We'll talk about this later. Take the hand. The head reveal. This used to be the head on the G1, but on this one, you just push it down. I don't remember which side to do it on. There we go. Push it down there, around. And there's the head. Now that faux part I don't mind so much, rather than just pulling the head out like that. It saves the mechanism, and I think it gives the head a little bit more freedom of movement. So with that, here he is in robot mode. And in robot mode, he can hold his gun in either hand. He could also hold the flag like this if you really want it to do. Or he could be waving a flag by holding it like this. Like that. However you want to display him. But I think he looks great, actually. I think he looks really, really good. Really good. He is hollow on some parts, especially like his arms here. This is the most egregious. And I think they could have actually fixed it. And it's hollow here, it's hollow here, he's hollow here. You can see the mushroom peg right there. And it's hollow on the back. The back isn't too bad because this kind of fills it in. But this is just huge. I mean, it really shows up. I know it's bad in pictures, and sometimes it's not as bad in pictures. And in person you get it, it's a little better. But this is bad. They could have actually made the plastic all through here, just had a much smaller section where it was filled, you know, not filled in, and have a much smaller hole, which would have been a lot better for this. It's shameful they did that, but I mean, I get it, I guess, costs and everything, but with, I don't know, I wish that wasn't there. I really do wish that wasn't there. It kind of spoils some of the poses on what is otherwise an excellent robot mode. Let's get a close up on that head. It is a beautiful head sculpt. It is well painted. I can't tell if it's cast in yellow or cast in red, but it looks, I mean, it looks, maybe it's cast in red. It looks shiny. It's fantastic. The eyes are blue and the yellow is painted beautifully. As I saw the chest earlier, again, painted very nice. The yellow here, painted really, really, really well. I mean, even the paint on the green is painted. I mean, the paint on this is impeccable. It's done just beautifully. And I like the different finishes on the plastic, I think, are done really well. Also, it is a really good looking figure. For articulation, it's all the same basic articulation. Head is on a ball joint, which is nice. This, always, when I try to move it down, I got to actually put my finger here and move it down in order to move the head. It's not too bad of a thing. It's just something to notice. This arm, his shoulder could go out this way, but the problem with this arm is it is loose. It will not hold. It is just loose. But it does hold well this way, and does get, it'll get 360, but it kind of gets hung up on the mechanism there. It does have a bicep swivel, no wrist joint, waist joint, move the flap out of the way with the legs, gets pretty far out front to the front, 90 degrees at the knee, a little bit of a stance, like the rock right here. It's nice, no tilt. I guess it's an ankle tilt, but no back and forth. It's okay, you know. It's good. I don't have any problems with the overall articulation, with the exception of this joint does not hold, which this one will. This one will not. But I don't expect it to hold anything out like that no matter what, because really it's not super tight, but it's not super loose on this side. I do like how they incorporated the shoulders, and they did this on Cyclonus also. I do like that. I like that whole piece there. I think that is a good bit of design. I mean, you can't expect these to be masterpiece level or anything. I mean, especially when they look like this, they look so good that you kind of get your expectations super high on what this figure actually is. It's a mainline figure, so you know, expect some mainline things. They have been doing some amazing things with mainline, so that's why I'm like, this is a little bit careless, I think, doing it this way, considering what they have been doing with mainline figures in, like, say, Retgar, for example. All right, and first up for comparison, let's check him out against the previous version. He is much, much larger than this Legends figure. This one's based off more of IDW, but check this out. So I guess it's a theme now in the ones I get. I don't know, your mileage may vary. I just thought that was kind of ironic. But yeah, so I mean, it is much different. Here he is with the Generation 1 version. Now, what I think is really cool about this is, so you see the butt on the Generation 1 version, that folds up and becomes the backpack. On the Legacy version here, I think this is cool. I think it's a good way to use that extra kibble space from this, turning it around and putting it up there. I think that's clever. I really like that. And you got like the detail on the arms. They're very similar. I think they did a good job. I think they did a really good job on this. Oh, really good job. They look fantastic next to each other. I'm gonna get them to stand up. There we go. I think they look fantastic. And here's what he looked like in the cartoon. So they took a lot from the cartoon and looks really close, really good. So in conclusion, he's a really decent figure, and I love the sculpt work on it. It is really good. The paint work is also done very well, decently posable, and he looks fantastic. He is so close to that Generation 1 cartoon aesthetic that it's almost maddening. It's really great. I really, really like it. This is sort of inexcusable here, though. They could have definitely done something for this inner arm, because I mean, I could fit my thumb in there, and I got like sausage fingers, so I mean, that's huge. They could have just made a smaller hole opening there. I don't like that this is floppy. Hopefully yours isn't. Hopefully you find it. That's the other thing. if you were looking for this, it's going to be hard unless they just flood the market with it and they realize it. I don't know if they're going to re-release this later. There's talk, people talk, oh, well, they did it with Bumblebee. Yeah, but that was a new mold. Walmart owns these molds, and until they decide to release them for Hasbro to make more. So you never know. This could be a few years before we get it. Maybe Hasbro knows and they want to do something about it. I hope that's the case, because I do think this is a great figure to have in a display. He really scales well with the other ones. Looks great with all the other figures on the shelf. And I get him a recommend if you could find him. Even if you're just not into the Legacy, the Velocitron line, he's one to have. So anyway, I appreciate you watching the video. Please like, comment, share, all that stuff. And I'll talk to you guys next time.